Welcome to the Christian and Daniel Show.
It's about to get real, well, you know the deal. You won't have to guess how either of them feel. Bringing up the things you don't think to know. Never knowing where the conversation will go. Just a little more than anything goes. It's a Christian and Daniel Show.
Don't lay down on the job. How dare you?
I wasn't. I was leaning in for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Well, happy Gay Pride Month, everyone. Happy June. It's our month. Get over it.
Hi.
You know what? My name's Christian, and this is the Christian.
you're anything but the Christian.
Well, I'm Christian, and welcome everyone to the Christian and
Daniel Show. Welcome everybody. Hi, Richard. How you doing?
Hi, Mr. Spence.
Welcome to the show.
How you doing? Happy June, everyone.
Welcome,
Hope everyone
everybody.
paid their rent and their mortgages and everything that's due on the first, which makes the first so much fun for everyone. Now we have 3 weeks of freedom from paying our mortgages and rents.
That's what's on your mind. Happy Pride. Yes, happy Pride.
Happy Pride, everyone.
Oh, you know what? I was going to get a flag to post here, and I forgot to get a flag to post here. So
That's shocking. You forgot something?
I know. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, all is well. Daniel and I mailed out our documents to our remaining documents for the filing with the IRS for Little Mexican Productions Incorporated. We got our official book, our incorporation articles, which say Little Mexican Productions Incorporated from the state of California.
We are officially official.
We're officially incorporated and are a company entity, a corporate entity in California. I probably should have established us in Delaware because they don't have any type of corporate tax. So we just have a free corporation, but I didn't think about that.
All right,
I don't know what the requirements are.
Here we go. There's our pride flag. Hello, everybody. Welcome to.
Oh, come on! Don't we have enough rainbows in our life?
I think we poop.
Like the crooked picture behind you.
We're gonna start with that. But yes, everybody.
Joke. Oh, by the way, did you get the video so we can show everyone kitty kitty meow meow? Another thing you forgot.
Oh my God!
He remembers everything for Cardivo, and he remembers everything for conversations. But for our show that we do together, oh, Daniel can't be bothered. Can't be bothered. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about this.
I thought I did, but I guess I didn't. Keep talking while I look on the file. See if I can find it really quick.
So let's go through the list of inadequacy.
So I mean, we can continue, start about that.
Show people the video. Okay, everyone. There's this funny.
No, I mean, don't have to talk about that. You can talk about anything else. It's Pride Month. Happy Pride.
I take pride in being a fag every day of the year. I don't need June to make it special for me. I think that's been my view since I came out. I'm always like, since I came out of the closet, I celebrate. Me just existing is celebrating being gay because I'm existing. I'm participating in our community. I'm not a leech. I'm not hurting anyone. That's my pride. I'm not like I'm not like the crazy serial killer or any of the crazy stuff how homosexuals have been portrayed in movies. But I will say one thing that's getting on my last good nerve lately is every show Daniel and I watched this weekend together. Did it have gay men, gay male couples kissing, having a good time, or just as part of the characters? No, but they had no problem with like every show had a lesbian couple in it.
Actually, it was really weird.
Every single show.
I mean, not in a total like negative way, but every show.
There's nothing wrong with. Obviously, I don't have any problem with women or gay women or
No, and it's not that. It's not that. It's just that every show that we watch.
Guys, it's all gay women. It's like, oh, we need diversity, but let's just do women because somehow it's more acceptable and softer than men kissing and making out and going to bed together.
Because what was the last show that we were watching?
I feel like I'm a Me Too now. Hashtag me. No, I'm kidding. Can't do
but
that.
What was? Yeah, don't shut up.
Too soon to joke about that. But
hold that.
Like,
come back.
It just totally like frustrated me. Like, why is it no problem showing gay women, even though I know there's a lot of cisgender men who identify as heterosexual who like seem to like watching two lesbians do their thing or even just kiss. Okay. I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm not supposed to. And I know maybe that's why they do more gay women than gay men on shows right now, because it's just more palatable for the masses. I don't know. But it just kind of got me this weekend. I was like, I was even saying to Dan, like, okay, wait, another lesbian couple? What was the last? And these weren't even the same shows.
Okay, so what was the last show that we were watching that we were like, we were watching
50s plus people.
We were watching Perry Mason.
What?
Perry Mason. We were watching Perry Mason.
Oh my God! Yes.
And we were like, cool.
I expected to see 1930s Los Angeles, and the last place I expect to see is a relationship, any gay relationship, but two women.
And then all of a sudden we're like, oh, they're a couple.
Like, okay. And after we've watched like 4 other shows and they all had lesbian couples in them. And like, where I'm like, I looked at them, I'm all, really again with the female couple? Where are the gay male couple? It's not like gay men didn't exist in the 30s.
Exactly. And just to specify, it's nothing against lesbian couples. Nothing against lesbian. It's just that we were like,
it's representation.
Where's all the gays?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, lesbians are gays, but where are the gay men? Like, where are the gay male couples? Like, I've seen video of real gay men in those time frames, and I'm like, why aren't they being represented? Why aren't we being represented? It's like the gay males have gone. It's like they've pushed us back into obscurity again. But now we've taken all the gay female couples and we're putting them in every single show so we have the diversity checked off on our list.
Because I didn't watch it, but didn't Mad Men have a gay character in it?
Yes, it did.
Yep.
Of course it did.
I never watched it, so
I mean, there's obviously a gay male there too, but they never expanded on that. And that was like in the 1960s when people were. From what I understand, I wasn't alive in the 1960s, but I understood people were a little more experimental back in the early 60s, and it wasn't as unacceptable as it became in like the 80s for gay men to be affectionate with each other. Anyway, observation.
I think there are more gay men in real life, so productions try to promote the women.
That might be it.
That could be it. Hey, cousin, how you doing? Welcome.
Oh my gosh, long time to see.
I'm trying to get.
Feel free to comment, people. Like, don't hesitate to comment on this. Join the conversation. I'm not mad. Like, I hate all this, and I love women. I love my gay female friends. I love all my friends, no matter who they want to be with. So
we're not female. We're not female hating gays. We're not.
I'm not a gold star gay. I've been downtown in the Femaleville more than once. So in my past life. So I'm not a gold star gay. So
the psychology of it, I don't know.
I don't know. I agree. But it's so crazy to me because we saw in every single show we watched this over the long weekend, it had representation of a gay lesbian couple. Like, and it was always a surprise. Like, okay, how did that fit into the plot? What is this? Yeah. It was funny. And I'm just like, okay, but where are we? Where are we? Daniel, where are we?
Yeah. You.
You.
Okay, see, now you started the conversation. Platinum gay.
Oh, platinum gay. Yeah, Daniel's a platinum gay. He's like a gold star, triple platinum gay.
I am.
There's only one time he was in that region with a woman, and that was birth.
I bought a ticket out, and I never went back in.
Well, on the other hand, I was almost married. I was engaged. We were living together. We owned a home together. I did the full thing. I've lived both sides of the fence.
Crystal Kent, how you doing, ma'am?
Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal Kent.
Hi, Crystal. Welcome to the show. Kitty, kitty, meow, meow.
Me too. I guess.
Ay, Dios mío.
I guess that's true.
I saw recently some doctor was saying everyone is really bisexual. Everyone has a curiosity at one point in their life. It doesn't mean they're one thing or the other. It just means on the spectrum of sexuality, they might be more towards heterosexual or heterosexual, or they may be, and that's where the idea of fluid sexuality, I think, has come from for the younger generation.
Well, good. We're glad.
I think it's a healthy definition. That's much healthier than our binary definitions that we live with.
I think we all had, I had girlfriends in high school and junior high. And I didn't say I did anything really with them. I mean, I grabbed a boob here and there, grabbed the thigh. I knew the road to I knew the road to San Jose, but I never made it there. Daniel hasn't had peace and speech.
Oh, that's right.
Ken Taylor. Oh my God.
Yes, Daniel only had one course.
Oh my God!
He's had a one-course meal for decades.
Oh my God! Which, by the way, folks, this gentleman right here is going to be our guest host next week, so we'll talk more about that today. By the way, as we were laughing about the P's and the D's, I got the video, so I have the video.
Oh my God! Kitty, kitty, meow.
Ready? Okay, so folks, this is.
Kitty, kitty, meow, meow.
All right, ready and.
My name's Lydia Patterson, going to Texas A&M, get your mags.
My name's Catherine Murphy, I'm going to Oklahoma Boomer Senior.
My name's Van Monroe, kitty cat, meow meow.
The last girl is obviously making fun of the other two girls who I didn't even know they were speaking English. I was like, those girls are speaking like some language I do not speak.
And it took me forever to tell Christian.
I couldn't get it. I wasn't getting it.
Stop focusing on the first girl.
It said blah, 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 gamer. And the other one, blah, 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 blah.
Oh my God.
And then the third one I got, that was
So now, whenever Christian and I are together around the house, every time we'd like,
it's an inside joke for us, and we wanted to share it with you so it wouldn't just be us.
Every time we say something, and it's like, "Do you want dinner?" or something like, "I'm kitty kitty meow meow."
Kitty kitty meow meow.
The first two guys were talking.
I know. I agree. I still to this moment have no idea what they're, except for the end where she says "gay married," and the other one is like, well, the other one says something like "animal" or.
Okay. So here it is again for all of you.
Just real quick.
My name's Lydia Patterson, going to Texas A&M, get your mags.
My name's Catherine Murphy, I'm going to Oklahoma Boomer Senior.
My name's Van Monroe, kitty cat, meow meow.
What I love is the way the third girl looks. She looks like she literally just did the walk of shame from the fraternity house where she had a rough night.
Oh my God!
Her hair's all sticking out, messed up. I just love that. Like she totally embraced the whole crazy look.
Oh my God! But
and I love how she's just like wearing kitty
now there is a connection. I tried to explain to Christian the connection. The first girl is an Aggie. The second girl is OU. So that represents Texas OU game.
That's like a huge game for them.
Yeah, that's a huge game and
kitty meow meow.
Kitty meow meow. Yeah. So that's our password for now, folks. It's what their name, what they're going to school, and something like. Yeah, so the first girl says something on the comments on TikTok. It says, did she say go gay marriage or something?
Yeah,
I think it did.
It sounds like what she said at the end, like gay marriage. And I'm like, that's where for an Aggie to say that, but okay. And then the second girl's just like, I hear like banjos when they talk. I just hear the banjos going.
It's like a banjo duel.
Kitty kitty meow meow.
Now, then again, I don't speak girl either. I speak girlish, but
I don't speak Southern cheerleader.
there you go. I wasn't going to say anything, but we do have a cheerleader in the audience, so I figured the cheerleader would know what she said.
Oh, Barbie?
But
Well, she said it at the end, but I would love to know what she said at the beginning. Yes, here's the yellow kitty.
You still only speak Southern cheerleader.
It's hilarious. Like you could not, like I said, like was said, like I swear they have marbles in their mouth. Gay marriage.
And actually, I stand corrected. It's not in Houston. The game is in Dallas because it's when I lived in Dallas. But
okay.
That wasn't girl talk. That was I drank too much and have cotton in my mouth. She had something in her mouth for what?
Well, the third girl who's making fun of them, she did look like she had a few things in her mouth. A few too many drinks, that is.
She went to the what?
That's so funny. So now whoever's here tonight is in on our little kitty kitty meow meow. So if I out of the blue just go, okay, Daniel, kitty kitty meow meow,
kitty meow meow,
kitty kitty meow meow. I can't get on screen with it. Kitty kitty meow meow. Mine looks like a creature. It doesn't even look like a kitty.
Oh my god, that is too funny.
I just love it. Those girls are hilarious.
What else is going on? Well, I think right now even on TV, like if you turn TV on, like cable stuff, most of the things right now are there's two things going on. There's Pride, so there's a lot of like gay themed things, which we're going to talk about at the end of the show. But there's I guess one thing that we've talked about on the show before, but it's very appropriate today since it's our first show at the beginning of the month, is our coming out story. I mean, we've talked about it before, but people always find it rather interesting to know how we came out or how old you were when you came out.
Okay. Alexa, turn the desk light down to 70%.
Are you going to ask her when you came out?
Okay.
Oh, much better.
Alexa, when did I come out? She's like, girl, you've been out.
Thank you.
Alexa, stop.
I know, and mine started going, yeah, she's all, you've been out forever. You
were you ever
all
in?
farm animals know you're gay, Daniel.
Alexa's like, girl, let's be honest. Were you ever really in? How old were you how old were you, just for the masses? How old were you when you came out?
I was 26 years old.
Wow.
I was old for coming out, but not for my generation, not for Gen X. Later generations, yeah. I mean, we basically paved the ways to make sure so they could come out at 10, 11. You know, I've seen little kids. I've seen what I think are little children, but you know, they're not out of elementary school yet, and they're holding hands with their boyfriends and girlfriends. So, God bless them. It's great that they did that. I when I was 16 was when I had my first sexual experience with another 16-year-old male, and I just have to note he's from Australia. Anyway, but then I went into I call it my Catholic guilt closet. My Catholicism kicked in, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't be this. And thus, that's why Christian is not a gold star gay. I went out. So
you've been out.
Tried my hardest to not be me.
So you've been out 25 years?
Yes.
Wow.
25 glorious years.
I just did the math because I wanted to make sure before I opened my mouth.
Oh, girl, you make me look young.
I've been out 32 years.
And is it hard being 80 years old? My God. That is a long time, baby. What is it? What's that cigarette? Virginia Slims. It's been a long time, baby. 32 years.
32 years.
Oh,
32 years.
And then, and I guess I didn't really get to the coming out story. I lived in Sacramento at the time. I'd broken up with my fiance. We'd canceled the wedding the week before the wedding. My parents were overjoyed because they hated her. And I was writing, the first person I came out to was my friend Dave, one of my dearest, oldest friends, and completely, heterosexual, cisgender. And we were driving in his sports car, which I always thought was so cool. I was a total scrub when I was in his car. And we were driving on the 90 freeway through Davis, and I looked at him and I go, I have something I need to tell you. And he goes, what? And he's driving, so he can't look over or anything. And I'm like, I hesitated and did the whole typical hee haw, hee haw, hee haw. And then I go, I'm gay. And he's like, okay. He literally gave me a thumbs up. And I'm like, how dare you? How dare you, sir? When a person does something that's important, you have to react appropriately. You should have swerved and had to pull over to talk to me. And he goes, Christian, you're the only one who wasn't facing the fact that you were gay.
Yeah.
And that's when I am all, bitch, I'm still a guy. I'm going to kick your booty.
Well,
I'm so mad. He's like, we all know you're gay. When you joined the fraternity, we were like, what the hell is he doing? And then we thought, well,
he has a girlfriend.
Maybe he's getting access in a house full of men who walk around naked most of the time. Anyway, but no, there was no one. There's zero people who I came out to, except for I don't even know if my parents were that shocked. My mom went into kind of an ugly place for a few months, and I don't know if that was about not knowing or whether it was just finally all of her suspicions were confirmed and she was just kind of pissed off about it. I'm not quite sure what that was, but 3 months later, she was fine. In fact, she became one of my biggest confidants. I could talk to her about anything. And I was kind of shocked that, my mom died at 97, so she wasn't, and this was a few years ago, so she wasn't a spring chicken. Yeah. And I always thought of her as coming from this puritanical period because, her big time was during the 50s. She was an adult in the 50s. And I thought, she's coming at this from this real conservative girl, country bumpkin to the big city, never had a lot of experiences. I couldn't have been more wrong.
Yep. I think we underestimate our parents.
She made it clear that she had a youth. That she did not sit idle, nor did she stay in a convent for most of her youth. I was really impressed. Some of the things I brought home to her and talked about, she was like, okay. Oh yeah, she was amazing. And she had it together until about 95. She was really good. And then she had a surgery, and actually that carotid artery surgery she had is what activated her dementia. And they find that to be very common in the elderly. Dementia can be activated by surgery, because I guess the trauma to the body. And unfortunately, it activated hers. Otherwise, she might still be with us, and she might still be completely cognizant and got her head together. She is a super amazing woman.
She's pretty cool. Before you continue, let me remind everybody you're watching the Christian and Daniel Show. Thank you for joining us. Please join the conversation. If you're watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Twitter, remember you can join the conversation. Just Twitter. Go into the video. You can enter the conversation. Join us. If you're watching us on YouTube, do us a favor. Would you subscribe to our page and like this video? And for all of our friends who are watching, I almost forgot. Let me put this up before I forget, because then I will forget. Our webpage is up and running right there. LittleMexicanProductions.com. Make sure you go check it out. There is a place where you can register for to be on our mailing list for special giveaways and information and events, and you can stay in touch. There's a place for you to leave a review if you'd like to leave us a review. So that's really cool. We're updating it. There's still more stuff that we need to put on there.
But it looks pretty amazing already.
And we have to thank our friend Bridget, who helped us. She's our new webmaster.
Thank you, Bridget. Yes. Thank you.
She is the one that helped us put it together. So we're excited about that. We'll come back to that. That's pretty cool. What were we talking about? Oh, yeah.
So I went home Thanksgiving. I did the very typical coming out at a holiday, which is really stupid, and it's the dumbest time to come out of a closet. I'll just say that for all future people who may come out. Don't do it at a holiday meal. Just do it at a regular meal. when there's not as much pressure or craziness going on. Because I did a Thanksgiving, and my parent, it just caught him off guard, and my dad had me stand up, and it's one of the few times I could say he expressed an emotion that was appropriate and felt nice at the moment. Was when he said he demanded I stand up, and he gave me a hug and said, "No matter what, you're my son, and I love you." That was really nice, and that's probably the second nicest thing he did my entire life. So there are two things he did in my life that were nice, and I remember those fondly. And then my mom, like I said, it took her a few months, but then after that, she became my greatest confidant. I almost think she kind of like enjoyed it. I think she kind of found it to be fun, because then she understood why we always were such great shoppers together, why I loved putting her outfits together and choosing out her shoes. And I always loved her, told her, you have to wear heels. You can't not wear heels, because I'm sorry, there's no reason for flats. Just wear tennis shoes. Don't bother with flats. They're ugly. You have to wear heels. Heels are what ladies wear. And I liked them too.
I think that's the real secret.
I look amazing in heels. My calves come out, and I have guy calves, so they're muscular and big, and they look amazing in heels.
Oops, sorry.
Oh, wait, what did that say?
Oh, this one for you. It says, "Saludos a los dos compadres desde Monterrey." And he wants me to explain to you what compadre means. But él sabe lo que es compadre. Sabe lo que es un compadre. You know compadre and comadre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not compadre. Compadres.
Compadre. That's the male version.
Oh, okay. Ja, ja, ja. I love that I thought for the longest time ja, ja, ja was some weird freaking thing. And then I remembered J is H in Spanish, so it's ha, ha, ha. But I'm like, for years, I was looking at your messages with your family, and Nancy would be like, ja, 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 ja. I'm like, what are you doing? What does it mean? Talk about
my God.
A doy moment.
That's pretty cool. I mean, it's nice to know that.
It's really nice, yes.
To have those coming out stories. Not everybody has those coming out stories, and it's.
Yeah, mine was pretty mild. I wasn't kicked. I wasn't living at home anymore, so I couldn't get kicked out, and I figured I had very little to lose. I lost.
And I remember us talking about that. My coming out was also over a Thanksgiving holiday.
Worst time to do it, people.
I didn't choose it. I was outed.
It's just mean. Yeah, Daniel was outed.
I was outed. I was kicked out of that closet. Didn't have time to grab a dress or a boa. Hilarious. Ja,
ja, ja, ja, ja.
Barbie's on fire tonight. But I was outed, and I didn't really have a chance to prep. Everything was just done for me.
Who outed you? Your uncle?
I was just outed. Let's just leave it at that. And
okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were sharing these stories. Whatever.
Yeah, but I don't want to bring other people into the story. They're not around anymore, so it doesn't matter.
They're my parents, but I brought them in.
But those are your parents. This is my story. So anyway, folks, I was outed, and but my mom was the last one to find out, and I ended up telling her. But I've said this before. My mom's big thing was that she was upset. Not that I was gay. She was upset that I didn't trust her enough to tell her. Mm-hmm. That was her thing. Years later, before I moved out of the house, before I moved in with my first living boyfriend, my mom and I had a night, and she had a couple of cocktails. My mom wasn't a drinker, but she had a couple of cocktails. I had a couple of cocktails, and she got a little buzz. And one of our things, we would play solitaire against each other. I would play around. If I didn't do it, it was her turn, and see who made it first. And that and fried chicken, man. We had our we loved Church's chicken, and we had chicken. We played games, and she's like, "Get the bottle and of rum." And I was like, "Okay." So we ended up having a couple of drinks. My mom wanted to know everything about sex and who the man was and who the girl was and how things worked and where they went. And so she wanted to know all the ins and outs, no pun intended. And we did. We had, and I think that was the beginning. I was 20 years old, and that was the beginning of our being confidants and really be able to come to each other and talk. But before then, from the time I was 17 to the time I was 19, it was not easy. It was really difficult for my mom and me to connect. We had a difficult time. But then after that, it was just smooth and easy. And every time we saw each other, we could talk about anything. So it was really cool. But she had her stories too. She was like, well, when I was young, and I was like, do I want to know these things? But now, I don't know that my sisters, like as a gay man, I think I had different conversations than my sisters did. Well, I'm sure I did. And being the youngest and she was older, wiser, I think I was very lucky to have her at that stage. Because when I was a kid, I used to be pissed that my mom was older for a while. Like she was 41 when she had me. I'm like, why does she have to be so much older? And then there was a time when I was like, yeah, that's just my mom. But then when I got old enough to understand her and I was on my own and struggling, and I was like, I am so fortunate to have you at this age because you have so much more wisdom to give me than she did my older sister because she was still pretty young. So I lucked out. I feel like I lucked out. So, mommy, love you. So anyway, okay, let's change the subject now because it's getting serious.
Is it, Daniel?
It is. It is. I think it's getting a little too serious, Christian.
My name's Leah Patterson, going to Texas A&M, Gator Mags.
My name's Kyler Murphy. I'm going to Oklahoma Boomer Sooner.
My name's Manuel. We're going kitty cat meow meow.
Okay, we're going to change the subject now. How are you folks doing out there? Are you guys still with us? Who's still here with us? Do we get to series for you? I hope not.
I think, Daniel, you scared everyone off with your
I did. I
story.
apologize. We got a little too gay for you guys.
You're too real. You can't be real, Daniel.
Which brings us to our
I can't believe I thought that for so long. Years.
Which brings me to the next topic I had on the list. Yes, you're still here. Thank you, Richard. I've been seeing the trend again, and I don't know if it's because like we're emerging back into the world, but everybody's talking again about my authentic self.
Oh dear Lord, are we bringing that phrase back?
I'll play.
Karen, we're only kidding. I was only kidding. Daniel that was normal for that. That's Daniel's story. So I was only kidding, people. I'm not always teasing him seriously.
No, sometimes he teases me jokingly, and
sometimes I just like tease him jokingly.
He does it just because it turns him on.
I do it just because it turns me on.
But would okay? So here's the question for you and for everybody watching: if people saw your actual authentic self,
what does that mean?
Well, like come on, you and I are together quite a bit.
But my authentic self is me farting all the time. Is that the authentic self? And you burping continuously. Is that our authentic self? I don't think that's my authentic self. I think Janet is my authentic self. Janet Jackson. Nasty.
And I'm out of control.
Nasty. You out of control.
I'm out of control.
No, I try to think like, what is my authentic self? Like, I mean, dear God, Lord knows, did I even know my authentic self ever? Because what was my authentic self at one time? I was with a woman and I was going to get married, and I thought that was my authentic self. I was convinced of it.
But who you like for instance,
like I don't think all of us who with our partners finally let gas. Yes, Miss Jackson, if you're nasty, got it all wrong.
So what was the whole question? Okay, so the whole question is, obviously I know myself better than anybody because I'm with me 24/7. There are things about me that like maybe even Christian doesn't know. Would people like my authentic version, like the real me?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I took it off of line. Okay, leave me alone.
No, I mean, I think about that. I go, I don't know if I should be scared that I don't know what that means. But does anyone really know their true authentic? I mean, does that mean like
Like I'm not people.
Maybe I'm a serial killer and I just got derailed by being adopted by different people and raised by my mom. I don't know. Is that my?
I'm not like I don't think people like. There's a couple of people there's a couple of people in the audience, so I can't even lie about that. There's a couple of people in the audience that know that I'm not as organized as people think I am.
Do people think you are?
I think some people think like there's some people that have not been to the house are like, well, you always like, have it together. You always like, I'm like, no.
Yes, two people who are in the particular conference, and I can honestly, and they've seen that part of your authentic self.
Like
they've assisted us in working with that authentic.
Yes, person. and should anything ever be leaked, I don't even know where they live anymore. Daniel,
no, you can't get them, Daniel.
But like I'm not as organized
because of COVID.
I'm not as organized as people think I am. Like I'm like I know where the general vicinity where things are, and most of the times things are semi-organized. But I'm a lot more. I'm not dirty, so I don't want people to think I'm dirty. Do you have hoarding tendencies? How dare you? How dare you, Barbie?
No, Daniel has no hoarding tendencies. Not at all. No.
Okay, I've said it on the show. The one thing that I have a lot of is T-shirts. I do have an addiction to T-shirts.
Oh my Lord, yes, and yes. Again, there's someone who I know definitely on the show tonight who confirmed that.
Shut up with your sarcasm. I can read it in that sentence. Dare you?
Like, I even wonder how you choose this T-shirt. You're like, God, you have so many. I want to get rid of some. I feel like I have too many now.
I don't have
any closet. It's not even stuffed.
Like, I'm already thinking, like, last Saturday, well, I didn't have a show this Saturday, but like put it together Saturday. When I know my guests for next week, I'm already thinking about what T-shirts are going to look well for that.
Gonna wear.
Yeah. Like I was going to wear a Pride shirt today, but
I was too, but I felt more Janet.
Yeah, and I felt more out of control today. So my mom could have been 5 episodes on hoarders. It shocked.
Oh no. Anyone raised by hoarders usually ends up going the opposite direction. I'm a minimalist. I don't like a lot of stuff. And if you look behind me, you can see there's not a lot of stuff on my shelves.
But my place is not like hoarder messy. It's not hoarder messy, especially now that I got drawers again. No, it got messy.
You have places to hide it. It's not.
How dare you? How dare you? I know where you live, so I would really hold back and where you.
Yeah, where I live is gorgeous and organized and perfectly put together. Thank you.
I'll send you some T-shirts for coaching. Yes, thank you. See, that's people that love me, people that like me.
They like you. They tolerate you.
But and then now we're getting sent T-shirts, which is kind of awesome too. Organized chaos.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's legit. I will accept that. Only because the only place that has not been looked at, which hello, I'm still waiting for people to come visit for that, is my closet. I have one closet that needs, but then again, I haven't been in the closet in 32 years. So what do I know about closets?
Well, and yeah, your closet. The only reason we haven't gotten your closet is because of COVID. COVID kind of interrupted everything. Because I remember right before COVID hit, we were going to have a couple friends come over. They're going to continue helping us with, getting your place de-hoarded and stuff out.
It is pretty organized right now. I finally moved some things out of the way.
I imagine it is.
That
is an inside joke.
Kitty, meow, meow. But I bought some drawers and I'm putting some things up. And I have some cups that I need to give away. I have some cups that I don't use anymore, so they need to be. Oh, which reminds me, we're also about to set up our Etsy store. Yeah, with some cups.
Find Christian and Daniel show stuff, the Car Devo stuff, and put together conversation stuff.
Yeah, so we're gonna have both three
and order them.
Yeah, so we're working on that
for a small fee.
Yes, if you love us, then you'll.
It won't be too much if you love us.
Well, let's start early because we have two shows each that we're going to talk about. So you want to go first?
Sure. Hi, everyone. This is the time when we talk about our favorite shows, our picks of the week. And because it's Pride Month, we've chosen to do one show that's just a show that we like, and a second show that is somehow dealing with, well, gay stuff. So my first show is Debris. I love this show. It's a sci-fi show on Hulu. I don't know the stars. I think they're pretty well unknowns, but it's a fantastic show. It's about this alien ship that enters our solar system and breaks up around Earth, and pieces of it fall to Earth, thus the name Debris. And there's two competing groups of humans trying to gather up as much of the debris as possible, because each piece of the debris does different, seemingly almost magical things. Because obviously it came from a highly advanced race. So these two groups are trying to collect as much debris as they can, so they can create, of course, being human, so they can create some type of super weapon to dominate the world. Horrible outlook, but it is very human. To anything we find that has power, we want to turn it into something to dominate others. So, but it is a very entertaining show. It's very, very, very makes you think. Like, you have to think. You can't just watch the show and get it. Some of it's like really esoteric, and you have to be like, okay, I have to watch that again, or I need to rewind it and maybe get what's going on. So that's Debris, and it's wonderful. Then my Pride Month, I should have brought my little flag out too. My Gay Pride month of June gay show is Legendary. Legendary is on HBO Max. Thank you, Madeline. Legendary is basically the ballroom scene, but it's a real ballroom with the real teams, but it's being televised. And what ballroom is this underground movement from the early 80s, late 70s, early 80s of gay men, drag queens, anyone who felt kind of left out. So, but mostly people of color, and who are in the gay community, because there is still a lot of racism in the gay community, within the gay community. And they needed a place to call their own, and they came up with these contests. And from these contests came all these families, like the family of, I'm just making this up, the family of Langovan, or that sounded like something from Saturday Night Live. Hermes. The family, like it'd be a family, they're like called Hermès, which is a fashion brand. And they all have names kind of after the fashion houses. And these houses are all considered individual families. They all have a mother or a father, and they don't have to necessarily be houses full of gay people. They could be a house built with cisgender straight women, cisgender straight men. It doesn't matter. The scene is all about inclusivity, and it's pretty amazing. And they have these dance-offs, and it's actually the ballroom competitions is where Vogue was born. It was born by these people in this culture. And actually Madonna went to a ballroom competition. Not ballroom dance, this is ballroom competition. And she saw it, and that's what inspired her to do the song Vogue and to bring the Vogue into the public eye.
Awesome. Thank you, babe.
So, I could say Legendary is like the real version, like a real version of Pose.
There you go. I was hoping you'd say that. Thank you. All right, and for me, my picks of the weeks are the number one. The first one is Clash of Corpse, and Clash of Corpse, I just found it last night and binge watched about 3 episodes. If you're into college bands and majors and the flag troller people, and so this is the competition between 2 colleges. One's in Texas, I believe. And one's in Texas, one's in Georgia, and they're going towards this competition. And it's the weeks leading up to this competition, like a regional, and then going on to a national. So they follow a certain group of students and their anxieties and stressors and relationships leading up to this. So if you were in band in college or in high school, you might find this really interesting. If you were a cheerleader, you might find it interesting. If you were any one of those organized extracurricular activities in college, this is definitely up your alley. And if you're a competitive person like I am, you definitely enjoy this because it really leads up to that. It's along those shows like Cheer and those type of shows where they follow students in their road to competition. So and the episodes are very short. They're like 20 minutes long each. So they're very quick to follow. My pick of the week for Pride Month is Alex Strangelove. And this is on Netflix. It's a coming of age teen movie. And I think that's what inspired me for one of the topics today is this guy in high school and his road to finding himself, I guess, finding his authentic self and discovering who he really is and how that happened. And I'm always excited to watch these movies because I personally didn't quite have that experience and I always wanted that experience. I wanted to be able to meet a guy in high school and date and be like all the other kids. So if you want to relive your teenage loves, go catch Alex Strangelove on Netflix. And that's my pick of the week. And where's Christian? There he is. Sounds like Cheer on Netflix for bands. Yes. That's the show I was thinking about, Cheer on Netflix. But this is a band and everything they go through. And I haven't showed it to Christian. Christian would like it because we both like watching those competition type shows. And they're always really exciting.
And I was in band.
And you were in band. That's right. But you were in band in high school, not in college, correct?
Yeah, not in college.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to party more.
You wanted to blow an instrument. You wanted to blow an instrument in college, and you didn't get a chance to. Yeah,
that's why I love the clarinet. Put your lips together and hum.
Oh God, how much time do we have? Oh, we still have like 15 minutes. That was too quick.
Oh, yeah, you kind of got through yours quick.
I did. I thought it was going to take longer. It's just
he loves to plan stuff out, folks. So
I can't say too much about the
trombone. I will say, playing a horn does train your lip, give you very strong lips.
If playing a horn is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Didn't you play trombone for?
I did. I played the trombone in grade school. Yeah.
Wow. Because I started off on trumpet, then I learned all the horn instruments, and then I ended up playing tuba and marching band because I was one of the stronger, bigger people, and I was fat, and that made me strong and big, and we did marching band, symphony. We did symphonic competitions. We did marching band competitions. We competed in Hawaii. We competed in Ireland. We competed in London. So I was blessed. I had a really amazing experience being in.
Who's strong?
I don't know who Trump is.
I don't know.
The phone was long.
Well, as long as he's commenting, I want to say that here he is, Mr. Ken Taylor. Y'all can screenshot this, folks. Ken's gonna be on our show next week. He is our guest host for the hearing. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We're all like. We love you. Well, looky there. Yes, it's the perfect shot. And it fits right in the middle, so we can be out. Well, since we're mirrored or not mirrored, we have to do it the opposite that feels natural. But
oh my God. So yes, Ken Taylor will be our guest co-host next week, so make sure you
that'll be
come
fun.
and join
it's
us.
Interesting night.
Ken was actually a guest on Put It Together podcast a couple of years ago, so he's been he's been a guest before, so he's used to it. I guess where we're making announcements, remind you folks that we have 3 shows on the air. You can check us out on Wednesdays here on the Christian and Daniel Show. On Fridays, it's the Card Devo at 5 o'clock. And on Saturdays, we have put together conversations at noon and 5. And every once in a while, we throw in a special show. So make sure that you follow us on any of these channels. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the page. Hit the little bell so you can get announcements or get notified when there's a new show. Also, promoting still Grumpy Bunny. It's right in front of me, and I'm still thinking about the name. Grumpy Bunny and the Colors Game, written by me with illustrations by Jennifer and Vivian Gatch. And you can find it at any of these outlets, bookstores, Bookshop, Target, Bunny 17 Media, Amazon Books, and Barnes & Nobles. And it's out now, and it's doing quite well. So go check it out. We're really excited. And the Spanish version is at the end of the review. I just got all back the notes from Mexico, and
it will be internationally published. I do still use her.
We can't say the name because you
have to say I'll say Echo for now, but yeah. I definitely still use Echo because I don't want to activate her. She got sassy with me last night.
Why don't they have an Alex to go with Alexa?
I agree. I want an Alex. I would totally petition Amazon for an Alex.
I would think he would have a bigger attitude than she does, because she can get. The more I have her too. You said that earlier before we started the show. Like the more I have her, the more attitude she gives me sometimes. And I'm like, where is this coming from? Is it my accent? What's going on?
And people forget these devices are a rudimentary form of AI. They do feed everything you say and you do, and they learn from what you say and do. It is interesting. But last night, she was acting a little, it didn't even sound like her. It was really weird. I had like this argument with her last night over turning on my bedroom light. Like she was debating if it existed with me. I'm like, okay, when did we start debating the existence of things in the universe?
She was, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
Well,
you would think, and even mine act weird with him sometimes. Like the one in my bedroom, my old Dot used to treat him like she would speak Spanish to him, like she knew it was him. She knew his voice, so she'd be like, blah, 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 Spanish, cha, 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 cha.
And then
I'm like, I walk in and she's like, oh, hello, Christian. I know you're incompetent and only speak one language.
I'm like, do you want my passport? Do you want my citizenship papers? What do you want me to do?
It's weird.
The part that irritates me is that I will say something in English, it'll respond in Spanish, and then I say something back in English, and in Spanish she'll tell me, no entiendo.
I don't understand.
You understood me the first time.
That's pretty funny.
Which
I'll speak to you in Spanish, but I don't understand it.
I meant to. I got a care package from the Mata sisters. I don't think Estela's here watching us today, but Estela Mata and her sister Juana, who are Loops for Lupus Foundation. I did the comedy show for them. Is it a month ago now?
Yeah.
And we talked about it in another episode. I think it went horribly wrong. Everybody thought I was kidding, and everybody
totally thought it was part of your
my skit. Yeah. Well, come to find out that she's been approached by a couple of people that were in the audience to get my number because they want me to do shows on their at their conferences.
Their conferences, yeah.
So we'll give you the quick edit. I had this setup. I had my earbuds, my microphone, and I was trying to go on, and they couldn't hear me. The first 5 minutes, they couldn't hear me. So I started playing with the microphone and started playing it off. People thought it was
everyone. It's not like this, like you're far away. In a little box.
But yeah, so they couldn't hear me, and I thought they were just not reacting to anything I was saying.
And I happened to be in the audience, and I just said, "Okay, I can't stay quiet anymore. I got to tell them, dude, you've got to do something with your microphone or whatever." And I think what it was defaulting to the microphone on your earbuds instead of the actual microphone.
So I unplug myself. Of course, now I can't hear anything. And then I try to plug it back in and I'm still talking, but everybody can hear me now because I don't have this microphone, but I can't hear anybody or anything, which is crazy. So I'm playing with the controls and trying to get the settings right. I've already spent I had 15 minutes set. I've already spent 5 minutes, 7 minutes trying to work it
I'd say,
out.
yeah, more like 7 minutes, like half your set.
Finally, but I keep making jokes to it because inside I am sweating like a prostitute at church and just going at it. And people are cracking up. I could barely see the thread.
So many people were laughing because I kept swishing through the list. Yeah, exactly. And I just kept switching through and people were laughing. Everyone was laughing and he couldn't hear it and he didn't know. So he thought he was totally bombing. Totally. And I'm sitting there and I can't tell him. I'm not, I already talked more than I wanted. So I couldn't tell you honey, everyone's laughing. Just keep going. Keep going with what you're doing.
It wasn't until my set was up that I went back and looked at the thread a little bit and everybody was just cracking up. And even she said it after I was done.
That was, I think he totally planned that.
Yeah, everybody thought I planned it, which then I obviously played it off like I totally did, but that got me a couple more gigs. So there you go. There you go.
I'll say something. I look at myself on camera. But I think about a year ago, I wouldn't have known what I was looking at, and now I look at my face, and for the first time in my life, I know where my nose came from. I know where my cheeks, I know where my jawline came from. I know where my eyes come from. I finally know who I look like and what I look like. And that just blows me away. I just noticed right now, I'm going, gosh, you still have your dad's nose and your dad's jawline. But I have my mom's eyes, and particularly her light color eyes and her forehead. Obviously I'm male, so hers is a lot more gentle looking than mine, but I don't know, probably, maybe not. I don't know. But I laugh because I go, this is the first time in my life I've looked at my face and recognize it.
Since we're running out of time, this is something we're gonna have to put down in your notebook for next week to make sure that people know exactly where.
I probably need to reshare the whole thing. Yeah.
Because you're kind of going to leave them to be continued next week.
Yes. I mean, just quick explanation. I was adopted when I was a little baby, so I never knew my birth parents or saw them. And just recently, in the last year, I learned everything. and I've seen pictures of both my parents and both my birth parents. And it's something I've wanted my whole life and missed my whole life. Not knowing, Daniel, I look at Daniel, I see his parents in him. I look at his sister, I see their similarities, the noses, the mouths, the eyes. And all my friends, I've always looked at that and said, it must be so nice to look like someone. You look and you know exactly who you are and who you look like. And people take that for granted, but adopted people don't take it for granted because we don't get that unless we happen to coincidentally look a lot like our parents who adopt us. Then we might not even know we're adopted in that situation. But those of us who do, it's different. It's nice. It's something psychologically you don't realize you need or that you want, because it's something most people have without ever having to want it. They don't need it. It doesn't matter because why did it suddenly get bright?
But this is a great, it's an energetic, spiritual way of saying this is your authentic self.
Yeah.
I was being more specific about things, physical things that we do, but spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, you are more your authentic self now than you were a year ago.
That's true. I know, because I know my origins. I know my origin story, which, I have no problem. I'm happy to share that. Because it's not all about, it's about me, but it's not.
Yeah, we won't get it out in a minute, but
not tonight, obviously.
Put it down. So folks, you have to come back next week. And very true. So he's making notes in his notebook. For everybody watching, Sending you positive vibes from Cabo. Oh, Mr. Micah, thank you so much for
Oh
chiming
my
in.
God, hello.
Enjoy Cabo for us.
Oh, from Cabo San Lucas. How horrible.
I am all the way. We're all the way to.
Actually, what he's doing down there though is incredible.
Yes, we're gonna have to have him back to talk about his work down in Cabo.
Yeah,
so
because it blew me away when he told us about it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I
Good luck
definitely would love to have him on this show.
Good luck down there. Sending you positive energy.
To
We
both
know
you
what.
and his brother's there too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his brother's there with him, I think, this time. So good luck to
Sending
both of
you.
and thank you for the gorgeous mugs.
Yes. And I was there's a reason my stomach was upset, and that's why I didn't make coffee, and I forgot to bring it with me to the table. But we have your mugs. We'll show your mugs. That sounded wrong. Kitty kitty meow meow. For everybody watching, thank you so much. This is the Christian and Daniel Show. Remember, we're here every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. So grab your coffee next week. Come back and join us.
We are here for your entertainment.
For you. We're just here for your kitty kitty meow meow and your trombone. For now, we want to thank you for watching. And remember, next week we'll have this guy with us. So he'll be here with us on the show. So come back and join us. Love you guys. Wait a minute. We have one more thing. Oh, kisses. Yay, kisses.
Yay! Thank you, Micah.
All right, guys. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.